From the TBD studios, let's talk live with your hosts, Natasha Barrett and Melanie Hastings.
Well, with the end of summer and the start of a new season just a few weeks away, you may be thinking about shaking up the look of your house or your room. Changing the decor of your living space can be easier than you thought, and you can do it all in one day. Yes, you can. And here to share some fast style tricks of the trade is designer Denise Willard. Hi, Denise.
Hi, how are you?
Good to have you back with us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm ready to shake things up around my house. I don't know about you. Summer is all about lightening up, more airy colors, airy looks, and not heavy drapes and not heavy colors on your furniture. And I guess as we go into fall, we want to warm things up, don't we?
Absolutely, want to make some changes. And one of the big things we're seeing as a result of the economic situation and also the whole green movement is more and more people want to make changes with things they already have or in a more economic fashion. So what we're going to talk about today is some ways that you can do some really quick changes to your home, but actually do it in a very economical fashion. So
and you think we can do this in one day? Huh?
Absolutely.
on a small budget.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, well, let's start with the first tip.
Okay.
And it has to do with accessories, right?
Absolutely. I think we have a picture. Yes. So this first picture is demonstrating what we can do when we take some things that are just lying around our home. All of us have traveled and done various things. Maybe we've collected books on various subjects that we like. So the first tip is to take those books and to organize them around your home, as well as with some florals, and you can create a nice, what we call a vignette. And instead of your books being distributed or put into a bookcase, then they become part of your display and make your space more interesting. So that's a very quick and easy way to add a little bit of oomph to your space without going out and going crazy with the budget.
How come my books never look like that?
Wow,
mine are all different shapes and sizes, and I mean those are like perfectly placed and perfect edges, perfect thickness. I mean they're all definitely, yes, there is. Yeah, so you can just add any color of the bindings of the book with your. You've got pink flowers going on here, so it doesn't matter. Colors doesn't matter.
Well, it does a little bit. You would like to find some colors that complement, what you're doing in your space. But certainly the thickness of the books and things doesn't really matter. It's more about just arranging them in a beautiful way and adding some accessories with it to make it all come together.
Well, that little vignette would look good in almost any home, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, what do we have next?
Okay, let's see what's up next. Okay, this is a perfect example of how you can use wall decals. It used to be that wall decals were pretty unattractive and ugly. It's sort of like cork flooring used to be unattractive and ugly. But nowadays it's really become updated. And this is an example of one wall decal where you can apply it, and if next week you get tired of it, you can take it off. And there's many different, this one happens to be more contemporary, but there are many different shapes and forms that they come in, all different styles, and we use them a lot in kids' rooms and living rooms, as well as you can see here, this is a living room where we've used almost like a cherry blossom look, and it's really inexpensive and very easy to switch out your decor as you sort of evolve and grow.
Wow. So, this one in particular, it really adds that pop of color, and when you've got kind of a simple color scheme going on with your couch and your lamp there, that really is
it's also
beautiful.
Great for people who live in apartments who can't always update their space with paint. Then this is a great way to apply something to the wall that can be removed in a year when you move away.
So when you rip the decal off, there's no wear and tear on the wall, or no glue sticking on there or anything?
No, it's absolutely, and there's also ones that are really sophisticated that look like faux finishes, like murals, and things that you would spend thousands and thousands of dollars for an artist to come in and do, you now can purchase and then remove them when you're tired of them.
Wow, good to know.
Yeah.
All right, so how about some furniture? We want to shake up our furniture.
Okay, there's a couple of things we can do. I think we have a few examples. This is one where they're actually we're showing where you can paint furniture, but also you can reupholster a seat. This is
the picture on the left is the before, right?
Is the before,
and the one on the right
and you can't really tell, but the chair is sort of like a light pinkish tone, and on the right it's a crisp white with a high gloss and a reupholstered seat. And this is actually some work that was done in a shelter that we recently worked with several other designers to do some redesign work. And so these were all items that were picked up at a thrift store. So it's very easy to do. Again, low budget. I think the chair might have been like $3 or $4.
Wow.
A few pieces of fabric. Here's another example of a bookcase that was purchased. And then on the left, you can see the before, and on the right, with a few coats of paint, it's a great way to add a pop of color if you want to add a new like dimension of color without sort of committing to the tangerine, this is a great way to do it. And what a dramatic difference it makes.
What a change that is.
You
You know, the thing is, you could pretty much, like, if you had some imagination, go to a thrift store and see this old rundown piece of furniture and have an idea in your mind's eye, but not everybody is so creative. I mean, we can just otherwise look around our house and maybe kind of find new ways to use what we already have.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's
Everybody's got an old chair hanging around somewhere,
That's
right?
exactly it, and you can paint it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this. You know, you don't have to go out and purchase everything brand new. So.
Now, we all, coming into the school year, our kids will be doing some more artwork, I'm sure, in their art classes. Can we display that in some way?
Absolutely. That's another great idea. And here's an example of where a homeowner has taken several of their kids' pieces of art and rematted and framed them in a sort of a cohesive way and then put them on display. And we do this all the time with our clients' kids' artwork, because it's a great way to showcase what they've done and make them feel important, but also to make it personalized and also jazzes up the space. I mean, look how pretty that is. You wouldn't even know that's kids' artwork, really.
You wouldn't. And I love the fact that you've got all this blue going on in that one large painting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really works, especially with the white walls. Very nice.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Okay, so if we've got some bath and kitchen cabinets, can we change up the look at all?
Absolutely.
With hardware, perhaps?
Absolutely. One idea is to simply, and this is really, really easy, is simply go out to Home Depot or Lowe's or your home, your local home goods store, and look for knobs that are decorative and interesting that may play up a different color or something different in the space, and simply unscrew and screw the new ones in. And look at we don't have a before of this, but the dramatic difference it can make it's amazing with a little tiny change like that, and it's very inexpensive.
And we actually did that in our home too. We just recently took all the knobs off of the kitchen cabinets and changed them out to something very similar, but instead of the high chrome look, it was a brushed finish.
Yeah.
And it really
changes the whole look.
Really did. Just a subtle change, but it did make a big difference.
Yeah, and you did it in one day, I'm sure.
Yes, we did. And what's our last one?
Let's see.
Oh, take a look at some lamps, yeah.
This is another example of, okay, here is a very inexpensive, we all have some ugly lamp lying around our home or a light fixture that we're like, oh, we just need to donate this thing or get rid of it. So this is a perfect example of that ugly lamp on the left and a really pretty high gloss turquoise lamp on the right. All we did was take a can of spray paint and spray paint it. Again, this was done in the shelter by another designer that we worked with. And we just added a little spray paint to it, and there you go, a whole new look.
Yep, it's beautiful, very
amazing?
nice. And we didn't even get into paint and how that can change a room. Just paint one wall a different color and pop, right?
Exactly.
And so affordable, too. Well, thanks so much for all those great ideas, Denise Willard.
Thank you for having me.
It's
I
called
appreciate it.
Decor by Denise. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, a cupcakery in Maryland is sprinkling in a little bit of love. We're going to tell you why one couple's love of cupcakes got them a book deal. If you want more, follow us on Twitter. Let's Talk Live DC. We'll be right back.